The Narsingh Uttara Tapaniya Upanishad, presented by Svayam Sharma, part 3 of 5. This part contains the third, fourth, and fifth khand, where we learn that the 4 lines of the Narsingh Mantra correspond to the 4 sounds of Om, and therefore they also contain the Turiya in themselves, and thereby they become a means to rise above the world to the Turiya and to absorb the whole world in the Turiya. We also learn that the Atma is identical with the god Narsingh, the Upanishad. We should know that the first part of the Om sound is the first line of the Narsingh Mantra. The second part of the Om sound corresponds to the second line, the third part to the third line, and the fourth sound is, according to its substance of being the inwoven, of being the affirmer, of being the affirmation, and of being the indifferent, and finding with the fourth sound and with the fourth line the Turiya of 4 substances, one should, meditating by means of it, absorb the world in the Turiya. Now we discuss each of the 4 sounds of Om. Of this Om sound, the first sound, the earth, is the A sound. It consists of verses. It consists of the Rig Veda. It is Brahma. It is the Vasus. It is the Gayatri. It is the Gadpatya fire. This is the first line of the Narsingh Mantra. It is, however, of 4 substances in all the 4 lines because of the gross, the subtle, the seed, and the spectator. The second sound, the atmosphere, is the U sound. It consists of sacrificial formula. It consists of the Yajurved. It is Vishnu. It is the Rudras. It is the Trishtubh. It is the Dakshin fire. This is the second line of the King of Mantras. It is, however, of 4 substances in all the 4 lines because of the gross, the subtle, the seed, and the spectator. The third sound, the heaven, is the M sound. It consists of songs. It consists of the Samved. It is Rudra. It is the Adityas. It is the Jagati. It is the Avaniya fire. This is the third line of the Narsingh Mantra. It is, however, of 4 substances in all the 4 lines because of the gross, the subtle, the seed, and the spectator. The fourth sound, the half sound, which is at the end of the syllable Om, is the Som world. It is the Om sound. It consists of the Atharvan songs. It consists of the Athar Ved. It is the fire of universal destruction. It is the Maruts. It is the Viraj. It is the highest wise called the Shining. This is the 4th line of the King of Mantras. It is, however, of 4 substances in all the 4 lines because of the gross, the subtle, the seed, and the spectator. One should rediscover all the sounds of Om in each individual sound. One should then meditate on Him who has the forms of the inwoven, of the affirmer, of the affirmation, and of the indifferent. And doing so, one should absorb the world in him. In this way, one becomes wise, immortal, sacrificing the consciousness, pure, reposing, and free from all obstructions, perceiving the Atma by controlling the breath, renouncing the whole world here below itself, and freeing oneself completely from the expanse of plurality. One becomes the whole, the fundamental 4-substanced one, who consists of Amrit, who consists of immortality, the fundamental 4-substanced one, who consists of the universe. Then, on this great throne of one's own heart, one should install on the basic fire as the fiery Om sound, this 4 into 7 formed 4-substanced Atma, along with his retinue, that is, the 7-fold as earth, A sound, Rigved, Brahma, the Vasus, Gayatri, the Gadpatya fire, four substanced A sound he should install as Brahma in the navel. The sevenfold as atmosphere, U sound, Yajurved, Vishnu, the Rudras, the Tristubh, the Dakshin fire, four substanced U sound he should install as Vishnu in the heart. The sevenfold as heaven, M sound, Samved, Rudra, the Adityas, the Jagati, the Avaniya fire, four substanced M sound he should install as Rudra between the brows. The sevenfold as Som world, Om sound, Atharved, fire of universal destruction, the Maruts, Viraj, the highest wise, four substance Om sound he should install as Sarveshwar at the end of 12 sounds of A, U and M, each of which is four substanced. And the sevenfold as before, four substanced, four into sevenfold as before, four substanced Pranav, the Om sound, along with its constituent parts consisting of Amrit or immortality, he should install at the end of these 16 sounds of A, U, M, and Om, each of which is four substance. After that, with the Pranav consisting of bliss and immortality, one should worship Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra, and Maheshwar in a fourfold way. He should also worship Brahma, Vishnu, and Rudra first as three separate ones with their respective attributes, and then as the three not being separate but as one. Then, after one has worshipped these three in the form of their attributes in a fourfold way by means of offerings, he should then compress them as being without attributes. He should then pervade the gross, the subtle, and seed form. He should pervade the three-form body with the heat of the basic fire mentioned earlier. He should inflame the Atma located in them, and then, supporting himself on that heat which comes out of the spirituality of the Atma for strength, one should, by means of the qualities gross, subtle, and seed or causal, establish the unity first in the cosmic great gross, then he should compress the great gross in the great subtle, and he should compress the great subtle in the great causal, and then meditating on that which has the forms of the inwoven, of the affirmer, of the affirmation, and of the indifference, by means of the sounds of Om, he should merge the world in it. This Atma is the highest Brahm. It is the Om sound. It shines as Turiya at the tip of the Om sound. One should worship this Atma with the Anushtubh and win his favor. One should then compress the Atma in the word Om and meditate over him as one's own. This Atma is the highest Brahm. It is the Om sound. It shines at the tip of the Om sound as Turiya. One should worship this Atma as the 11 substanced Atma Narsingh through the 11 words of the king of the mantras. One should compress him in the word Om and meditate over him. This Atma, the highest Brahm, the Om sound, who shines as Turiya at the tip of the Om sound, one should then meditate over it through the Pranav. One should then picture him to oneself through the Anushtubh as the ninefold in the cells of the first 9 words of the king of mantras, filled with being, filled with thinking, and filled with bliss. The Atma, filled with being, filled with thinking, and filled with bliss, as the highest Atma, as the highest Brahm. One should then grasp it as the self itself through the word I, and should make him one with Brahm in the mind or also through the Anushtup. He truly is Nar or man or hero. For this, Narsingh is everywhere and is all animating at all times. And Singh the lion is this highest God, for it is he who is everywhere. It is he who is all animating at all times, and it is he who devours everything. So he is wholly nursing, and this one is the Turiya. He is Ugra, he is Veer, he is Mahan, he is Vishnu, he is Jwalan, he is Sarvatomukham, he is Narsingh, he is Bhishn, he is Bhadra, he is Mrityu Mrityu, he is Namami, he is Aham. Thus, applying oneself to yoga, one should meditate upon the Anushtup with reference to Brahm and with reference to the Om sound. On this, there are the following verses. Install the lion on the throne. Then seize all the material objects which are the offshoots of the world of the senses. Hit them with the horns of the bull of the Om sound and throw these unreal material objects, these quivering children of yours, in front of the lion to eat. Then you are a hero. Now we come to an explanation of the different sounds of Om. First of all is the A sound. It means Apt Atma. It means reaching the most, for it refers to the Atma, to Narsingh, to Brahm. This is the one reaching the most, for he is the witness. He is the Lord. Therefore, he is omnipresent. For he is this universe. He is the one reaching the most. For this universe is only the Atma, a sheer delusion. He is Ugra as the one reaching the most. He is Veer as the one reaching the most. He is Mahan as the one reaching the most. He is Vishnu as the one reaching the most. He is Jwalan as the one reaching the most. He is Sarvatomukham as the one reaching the most. He is Narsingh as the one reaching the most. He is Bhishn as the one reaching the most. He is Bhadra as the one reaching the most. He is Mrityu Mrityu as the one reaching the most. He is Namami as the one reaching the most. He is Aham as the one reaching the most. The God Narsingh is indeed the Atma. He is Brahm. One who knows this, he is without desires. He is free from desires. He is one of satisfied desires. He is his own desire. His animal spirits do not go out, but assembled, they stay there itself, for he is the Brahm, since he is merged in the Brahm. Now for the second U sound, it means Utkrishta Atma. It means the most exalted, for it refers to the Atma Narsingh, the Brahm. Therefore, it is the reality as having the being, for apart from it, there exists no other thing which would be imperceptible, which does not receive its light from the Atma. For he alone is self-luminous. He is not attached, and the Atma does not see anything other than itself. Therefore, this exaltedness is not found anywhere else. But this exaltedness is peculiar and special to the Atma alone. He is Ugra as the exalted. He is Veer as the exalted. He is Mahan as the exalted. He is Vishnu as the exalted. He is Jwalan as the exalted. He is Sarvatomukham as the exalted. He is Narsingh as the exalted. He is Bhishn as the exalted. He is Bhadra as the exalted. He is Mrityu as the exalted. He is Namami as the exalted. He is Aham as the exalted. One who knows this, he is without desires. He is free from desires. He is one of satisfied desires. He is his own desire. His animal spirits do not go out, but assembled they stay there itself. For he is the Brahm, since he is merged in the Brahm. And as for the M sound, it means Mahavibhuti or omnipotent, for it refers to the Atma Narsingh, the Brahm. Therefore, it is unbounded. It is the indivisible. It is the self-luminous. Indeed, Brahm is the one reaching the most. It is the most exalted. And this Brahm is also the omniscient, is also the all-knowing. It is the one exercising great magic art. It is the omnipotent. It is Ugram as the omnipotent. It is Viram as the omnipotent. It is Mehed as the omnipotent. It is Vishnu as the omnipotent. It is Jwalan as the omnipotent. It is Sarvatomukham as the omnipotent. It is Narsingham as the omnipotent. It is Bhishanam as the omnipotent. It is Bhadram as the omnipotent. It is Mrityu as the omnipotent. It is Namami as the omnipotent. It is Aham as the omnipotent. Therefore, one should search for this Atma with the A sound and the U sound as the one reaching the most, as the most exalted, as the purely spiritual, as the all seeing, as being the witness of all, as the all devouring, as being the object of all love, as consisting of being, as consisting of thinking, and as consisting of bliss, as having only one taste, as shining gloriously before this whole world. And one should know the Atma with the M sound as the highest Brahm, as reaching the most, as the most exalted, as purely spiritual, as omnipotent, as consisting of being, as consisting of thinking, and as consisting of bliss, as having one taste only. The God Narsingh indeed is the Atma. He is the highest Brahm. One who knows this is without desires. He is free from desires. He is one of satisfied desires. He is his own desire. His animal spirits do not go out, but assembled they stay there itself. For he is the Brahm, since he is merged in the Brahm. Yes, he is the Brahm, for he is merged in the Brahm. This concludes part 3 of 5, containing the 3rd, 4th, and 5th khands of the Narsingh Uttara Tapaniya Upanishad. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om.